Mm. Hey y'all, welcome to the Devon A. Morris Unfiltered Call-In Show. Have a seat. Let's get ready. You have any questions? Come on, call in. Come on to that Discord channel. Do me a favor, get the unfiltered crew some finger snaps. We're ready to get started here. Mondays, 8 p.m. Every single Monday, we're here. I'm excited about it. Are you? Let's get this show started, y'all. The greatest scrum show on earth. I'll see y'all soon. Enjoy. Boom, boom, boom. Hello, 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 hello. That thing that went crazy on me. That's okay. I'm gonna bring this back here. Just everything showing up at one time. I don't know why I set it up to go that way, but I did. That's interesting. Um, I didn't mean for that stuff to keep going like that. It's okay. We're good. I just got to figure that one out. I didn't know I put it on this one. I did that for the other show that I did with Lee Lambert. So that was quite interesting to say the least, right? But it came out that way. It is what it is. It's all good. It's okay. Um, Let me kind of get rid of that little subscribe. So then we be good to go on that too. So welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the new year, y'all. I've been maxing this year, doing a bunch of great things. If first and foremost, welcome to the channel. Um, it's 2025. I've been working on lots of other stuff. Some things in reference to the show, other things in reference to schoolwork. I've been super heavy in a dissertation. And so I told myself, I might as well come here on MLK Day and just answer any questions that anyone may have. I don't expect a lot of people to show up today because, man, inauguration was today. College football night is today, right? I mean, it's the national championship on right now, right? It is also a holiday, right? MLK Day, and it's just one of those things where it's just like I expect people to be with their families and everything else. If you have time to be here and we can have a little chat and talk, I'm game for that. So I want to keep it open. I'm going to actually create a video about bringing in your full potential and just release that. It's maybe a 5 minute, 10 minute thing. So I'll say hey to the people that here. D, how you doing? How's life treating you? Hopefully everything is good. Starting off the year, you got your goals down. You're trying to knock it out. Hopefully that's the case. CT, how are you, brother? How's school going, man? That's what I want to know. How's school going, right? Because you was in school as well, right? So how's school going? Got them goals down for this year. Are you at least beginning the process of crushing them, moving forward with them? Um, that's my bigger concern. I'm live on LinkedIn as well. I don't normally see comments on LinkedIn, but if you're there, YouTube is where you can do more interaction with me. So it's been it's been a good year with me. I mean, if um if it's one of those things where it's just like it's like it just started out really good. I mean, I've had lots of things happen, right? But I could say this much in terms of school and things of that nature, just rocking in terms of making sure the kids just rocking in terms of goals for the job, for work. Um, I'm gonna be closing down Bearded Eagle, opening up eight typical leader and team effectiveness. So that's coming down the pipe. So there's a lot of good things going on. It just takes time to do it all. That's it, right? Well, TT, thanks for hopping on. Hopefully you have been enjoying, this nice and wonderful MLK Day. You know what's so weird? Let me tell you, I'm over here in Dallas, right? And below me, like down in Houston, like south of me, there's going to be snow. Like it's gonna be colder south of me than it is where I'm at right now, which is crazy. I mean, it's 20 degrees here. I'm from Chicago. 20 degrees ain't bad. I went out walked for 2 to 3 miles today, just out in the cold, just for the sake of, well, no, I lie. It's not for the sake of it. It's because I'm trying to win a Disney badge. You know how you have these little watches and everything else, and they'll give you badges for actually earning or doing activities. Well, with one of the kids, we're both doing 10 days of working 10,000 steps, right? And so I'm out there in this cold weather, and you're right. I agree, CT. Global warming is real, right? Because this is crazy. And I mean, when I say to you it's 20 degrees here in Dallas, it's 20 degrees here in Dallas. And it's like snowed a very little bit where I'm at. It probably got 6 inches, 45 inches, 45 minutes north of me, probably about 6 inches. So everything is going around me, which I like. But you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to go back to the Midwest. It's gonna be cold when I get there. I got a class I need to go to while I'm learning how to do some automation stuff. But man, when I tell you, woo-wee, I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be riding the train up in Chicago. So it's gonna be ridiculous, is what it's gonna be. But it is what it is. I'm used to the cold weather. Global warming is a real deal. I saw that Trump today signed all these executive orders. Um, One I heard was about people doing the right thing, which is pretty cool. I never know you could do an executive order for that, but people doing the right thing. I like it. I like it. I hope people do the right thing and people do offer fair prices. I haven't watched any of that stuff today. I haven't watched any TV. I turned on the national game, the football game, because I'm Big Ten. Obviously, I'm Big Ten. You can see it right over there. I'm Big Ten. It's rare you see Illinois in a championship game like this, but I got a root for one of the Midwestern teams, right? I mean, a couple years, maybe right before the pandemic, I went down to Notre Dame to visit. So Notre Dame is, I'm all good with Notre Dame. I actually visited Ohio State too. Yeah, we went on a visit of Ohio State, one of the schools we was looking at for my 21-year-old. We went to go visit Ohio State. I enjoyed it. It was fine. It was cool. It was cool. It's hard going to a school that you kind of was a rival of to some degree, right? But yeah, man, no, global warming is absolutely real. So I'm actually, I'm not concerned because I know how to deal with cold weather. I'm just curious on how hot the summer is going to get, right? And so if I'm having these kind of swings for cold, I'm just curious how hot it's going to get in certain places. So it was a scorcher this summer, right? And looking at those fires in California, like that's a whole nother thing too. So I just you know I I'm all about people being great and being able to live lives that they can be happy about, right? So anyway, that's okay. If you're here, make sure you say hi. You got any questions, drop them in the chat. Nothing real big happening today. Um, but you know what? I actually can talk to you. Here's the deal. I'm going to talk to you about unleashing, at least thriving for 2025. How about we do that, right? Um, I wrote an article about this, but I think there's some real key things to you actually um making this year a great year. And let me throw, and I'll create another video about this just to make it clear, right? But I think there's a couple things, right? First and foremost, I think that you need to have a few things aligned, okay? And I boil it down to three C's, three C's, okay? The first C is clarity. I, people make a mistake and fall into greatness. Okay. But most people don't fall into greatness by mistake, right? It takes them seeing somewhere where they want to go, making as clear a path as they can get there, knowing that they'll deviate off the path, and then doing whatever it takes to get there. So having some clarity about what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go is extremely important. The second C that I believe is extremely important when it comes to trying to thrive in 2025 is commitment. The one thing I love about extreme athletes, not really extreme athletes, but really great athletes, is most great athletes, they actually have a lot of commitment. Like you know, there are some people who are out here who are freaks of nature. But I remember a guy named Lawrence Taylor who was the defensive end, and he could just go out party all night, wake up right before the game, and go in and have a great game. Everybody doesn't have that, right? With most people, it takes a commitment to the day to day to be able to have that greatness when it's time to shine, right? And you have to have that level. You have to have that level of commitment for yourself on a daily basis. So when the opportunity comes, you can rise to it. You can rise to it. You understand? I look at people, boxers like Clarissa Shields, right? I look at her and look at her dedication to boxing, and I mean, there's a reason why she's in the position that she's in, right? Um, Tank, you pick these people and you look at their dedication, you look at their work ethic. Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, you pick them, and it's just something that they do different in their day to day. There's a reason why LeBron spent so many years being an elite athlete without being injured, right? I look at other people that's prepared. I mean, in terms of my business, every day I am working towards something, working on something. So when the opportunity comes, I can just crush it. So it's not about being ready. It's not about getting ready. It's always about being ready. And that takes commitment, y'all. There's no way you can get around that because commitment is extremely important. And then the third C is consistency. You just got to keep doing it. Chop, 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 chop. Even when you feel like you've gotten perfect at it, you gotta even continue to move forward with it, because there's always some aspect to get a little bit better at, right? And so consistency is absolutely critical, right? Like I've delivered the CS, officially, I've probably, in terms of Scrum Alliance training, I've trained 9,000 plus people. In terms of Scrum Alliance training, forget any other trainings whatsoever. But in terms of certifications, I provided over 9,000 certifications, in terms of Scrum Alliance certification. Okay. That's the only one I'm counting. And I'm still working to make the CSM better, right? I'm still using Scrum to help make it better. Great example. After the class today, hey, we have a retrospective of the class. The class is telling me what I can do to make the class better, right? I do that consistently every single class again and again and again, right? Now, some of this stuff is not warranted, right? Because some of it got to do with them purely, right? But in the nuggets on where I can make it better, I've taken notes and I've been working today on making it better. These are my little notes, right? You can't really see that, but my handwriting's horrible anyway. So I've been working on making it better, moving from Trello to ClickUp, and presenting the board. Um, some people say it's a little blurry, so I'm going to test that out either the night or early in the morning. Just all these different things in terms of my setups and everything else. Recently I did a PMI, the Agile Alliance, thing with Lee Lambert. If you didn't see that, it's probably still on LinkedIn. Go see it. February 4th, we're going to have another event where we're going to talk about agility, AI, agility, and project management. So for me, I just kind of kick back, and there's just a lot of things that go into these things, right? But end of the day, it's about consistency, consistency, consistency. So it's just like with this show. Right now, I'm working on videos to start to release. And once I get to the point where I'm building those, then I'll be able to release them consistently. Right. And so that's what the lull has been. But I still want to come here once a month just in case any of you all have any questions. If I'm here for 10 minutes, I'm good with that. Man, if I'm here for an hour, 2 hours. I'm good with that too, right? Because one of the things is I want to be helpful. I want to be helpful, right, to this community in some kind of way and allow people to have access to me. So let me repeat those three things because I think that they are extremely important, right? Clarity, commitment, and consistency. Let me ask, could I add another C to that? For y'all here, help me get better. Is there another C that I can add to that? If there's another C I can add to that, type it in the comments and let me know because I really do think clarity, commitment, and consistency are the three C's that I'm looking for. And three C's for me could be something different in terms of user stories, right? But anyway, that's a different kind of thing, right? Right now, the three C's is about clarity, commitment, and consistency. Those three things, I think, will help you to be able to reach whatever goals you're trying to reach. But you got to start off with that clarity. If you haven't set your goals, then I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. But for the people that are here, goals are set. You're operating on your goals. Yes, no. Let me know. Any questions about it? Any questions? Because I've already set my goals. I mean, I legitimately have my goals set for me, the fam. The goals are set, right? The goals is really set, right? It's kind of great because I get to operate and do things, and I get to see them get crushed. Compassion. I like the compassion, CT. Compassion. Caring for your why. About that one. Caring for my why. Is it always that I care for my why, or do I just go out and crush it? Crush could be another C. But I like that C though. Compassion, I like. I like compassion. I actually do like it. I also like crush. Crush it, right? That's two words, but you understand. C theme here, right? C theme. Okay? But compassion, I like. I like crush it too. So now I'm up to five C's. Ain't that crazy? I'm up to five C's now. The compassion for the why and crush it. Crush it. Crush it. Right? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. That's crazy. No, that make no sense, man. It really don't make no sense. No, but anyway, like I was saying, um, getting back to it, the clarity, the commitment, and actually consistency are three key ones. I definitely could add compassion to that, CT. I think that's a really good one. You still didn't answer me, CT, about whether you're doing well on your program, bro. So come on now. And D, what about the job situation? I know you was hunting, right? So what's your goals this year? How you doing about that? That's what I'm curious about. You know, y'all think y'all talk to me about these things and I don't remember. I do remember, man. I'm concerned that I have compassion for people. That is so stupid. Mm-mm-mm. All right. So anyway, any questions? Any questions from you all? Any questions from you all in reference to what you're doing this year? Still hunting. And D, you did that you did the Brandon Land stuff. Um, I need to do another one of those market updates. Remember when I did the market updates last year, talking about the market and where the market is at and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, D, I understand. I would be a bit frustrated too. But what I would say to you is, just consistently still keep going after it. Um, if you've had any opportunities to get close or get an interview, I definitely would follow up with people to see was there a reason why you wasn't hired. Um, so that would be something I would be thinking about for sure. Is like almost like an exit interview to some degree. Um, yeah, yeah, I was gonna do that ATS thing, but man, people been asking me to do a whole coaching program, but that right there would be expensive and it would be timely, right? But I would make some of you all great for real. A whole lot of greatness would happen, right? Um, let's see. Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. I get it. 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 That's pretty cool, CT. CT, sabbatical on a doctoral journey. I understand. And a new part-time tech gig because of my Scrum and education background. That you able to for real. You was able to grab a gig that allowed you to use your education and Scrum stuff that you earned. I think that's pretty cool, CT. I think that's pretty cool because I know you was looking for some way to try to combine the two and make that work because one of the things we had talked about it because I remember talking with you about the CT. We talked about not getting rid of your old experience and trying to find a way to leverage your the stuff that you know and then allow Scrum to be that additional thing that you add into it. I remember us having a conversation about that. Um, so part-time gig, just make sure, what I would say to you, CT, make sure that you document your accomplishments. Yeah, document your accomplishments, right? And CT says something really interesting here. I like that. The job opportunity came through networking, literally word of mouth.
Man, let me tell you something for real. When I went to State Farm, was it word of mouth or did I apply? I applied to get to State Farm. Me going from State Farm to Capital One, that was word of mouth. Um, Me going from Capital One to USA was too much word of mouth. Right, it was people that I worked with inside the company at Capital One that had moved on and then asked me to move on. The moving on from State Farm to Sears, that was word of mouth. Um, I would say that the vast majority of my opportunities that I had as I was consulting and just being a scrum master really happened word of mouth, literally. The majority of them happened word of mouth. Yeah. Somebody I worked with, somebody who, um, we was in a similar group of some kind. So I really do think that's the way a lot of these things happen is definitely through word of mouth. So I definitely would, if you're not doing that, D, I definitely would start involving myself into groups. Um, because once people get to know you, they start lining you up for things, right? If opportunities are out there, and just have conversations, right? You never know where a small little conversation can turn into something really big. So I definitely would jump out there and do that. If you really think about it, um, most people that come to my training, a lot of them is word of mouth. Like it's always been since our beginnings that 50% of the people in the room will be word of mouth. Yeah, would actually be word of mouth. Yes, and sometimes that turned into a lot of great things. The smallest of smallest classes that I've ever had, they usually turned into big outcomes. Yeah, it was really really interesting, right? So just to tell a different stories, but I tell you that's an amazing thing. So I'm proud of you, CT. I'm really proud of you. Let me know how it goes, man. Let me know how things work for you there, man. That's really really good. Just make sure you do a good job and knock it out the park, really. And don't forget to focus on delivery, right? You know what you know every day. Jump out there and learn something new. Um, and then just keep driving toward whatever goals and record those accomplishments. Seriously. Um, yeah, D. D. I think you're in the DFW area, right? Are you in the DFW area, D? Um, I think you are. I'm not sure, D. Let me know. Are you in the DFW area? Here's one thing I would say to you, though. Seriously, one of the people that I did some work with over the years. Um, she her company had a big layoff. Atlanta, okay, Atlanta. Man, I'm trying to think. Let me think about that for a second. One of the ladies that I work with, her company had a layoff, and she started volunteering for the Scrum Alliance. Started doing volunteer opportunities at different places, and that helped lead to her next gig when she actually got laid off. So if you have time, I would say definitely find a way to volunteer because that gives you the inside track on a lot of things. Um, there's always user groups. There's always PMI, right? PMI always have great chapters, so that's another good place to get to know people. But there's Scrum user groups. I haven't been to one in Atlanta, so I can't really say anything about it. Every time I go to come to Atlanta, I'm in and out. Like I literally am in and out, right? So I don't know how to change that. Yeah, the last big stuff I was doing that was for Coca-Cola, right? Um, and that's another thing I would say, D. When you go look for opportunities, if you find it on LinkedIn, go look at the company's website. Like always apply through the company's website, right? Because you might see more stuff there. And I think that you have a better shot when you apply directly to them. So I think that is always a really good, a big good thing, a good big thing, however you want to phrase it, right? But Atlanta always seems to have so much opportunity. I love Atlanta, right? I absolutely love Atlanta. I love coming to Atlanta. You know, one of the last times I was in Atlanta, man, I had an Uber driver, literally. I had an Uber driver that that was working to be a dentist, and he was deciding on whether he was going to really go do the dentist thing or not. I'm like, dude, you got a whole family of dentists. Go do the dentist thing, man. Go do the dentist thing, right? You like he's third generation dentist, right? And his sister was a dentist. I'm like, what are you doing? Go do the dentist thing. You got a family full of dentists. Go do the dentist thing. I was like, what are you doing? You trying to fight against your legacy? Like that makes no sense. Go become a dentist, man. Stop driving Uber. Yeah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's real crazy. I was like, wait a minute, man. How that gonna work? Yeah, it's always a good thing. Anyway. Oh man, oh, here we go. I got Bearded Eagle alumni. I think I may be speaking at PMI Dallas chapter this year. PMI alumni just sent me a message asking me could I do that. And a lot of times when PMI when not PMI alumni, Bearded Eagle alumni. When a Bearded Eagle alumni asks me to do something, I pretty much, if I can do it, I'm Johnny on the spot. So PMI Dallas, I'll probably be seeing you sometime soon. All right, so oh man, yeah, no, I think it's cool, but yeah. I definitely would be shepherding myself into PMI chapter in Atlanta D, and I definitely would be getting myself into scrum stuff there and volunteering. Yeah, I mean, there's too many big companies there. Too many big companies. I mean, it's too many. I've done a lot of training in Atlanta, right? There's too many big companies there, right? You know, and just seems to be so much opportunity there. I mean, one of my daughters is going to be a stunt lady, and she is thinking about moving to Atlanta, right? So Atlanta got a great opportunity. So yeah, so it's just interesting. So yeah, um, so yeah, so I have to say absolutely to my friend here real quick. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, hey man, I need to jump out there and get stuff done in my life. I be shying away from things. You feel me? Not since the kids are mostly grown. I need to stop shying away from stuff. But I shy away from a lot of stuff because of the kids, right? I want to spend time with the kids. And now I just want to hang out with people as much as I can. Well, as much yet as little as I can because I am an introvert. I am an introvert. At the end of the day, those are facts. I'm an introvert. Get over it. May not seem. Most people be like, "You're lying." No, I'm not lying. For real, I'm not lying. See, this is what I like. See, CT. Thank you. Right, because this is what I like. Right, you all helping each other get to that place. Right, so definitely D connect with CT and he can help you build your network. I think that's a great offer. So CT, I really appreciate it. D's been around, CT's been around. These are things that I expect that happen in this community that don't cost a bunch of money, y'all. Right? One of the biggest reasons why I don't offer a big coaching program is because that coaching program would be $6,000 to $10,000 minimum. Because we would spend a whole lot of time in a group doing that coaching, and I think that I can help position you to actually be a great coach. But I think that there's things that we can do here that don't cost anybody money. That's just a really low barrier of entry, and all you got to do is just take your time, right? So I really, really appreciate that, CT. Definitely appreciate that, CT. I think it'd be helpful for D, and like always give back to the community in some kind of way. People always help me out along the way, so just please help each other out. So any other thoughts, y'all? Any other thing that's going on? Because if you don't have any questions, we'll shut it down, and then I'll start sending out some next week. I think I'll make a few videos this week and start sending out videos next week, so as for us to get into the groove of getting this thing back and ramping back up. So definitely next week, beginning of February, you'll start seeing more videos coming out. So I'm looking forward to that. It just be smaller things. Did you just say? Okay. Are you really laughing at me? Actually, basically, here's the truth, right? The truth is this, right? If I'm being serious with you, right? Um, I have paid $20,000 to $25,000 for coaching programs. Literally, no joke. Just to be involved in a coaching program for a year. Like, literally, right? Um, and those kind of things, if you want access to people, certain people, and I've learned a great deal. So to me, that money was well worth it. Well worth it, right? Um, and so for me, those have been great things. Yeah, a coaching program for me, it would start that way. It would get to a 20, 25 at some point. Because I am becoming a doctor. I'm about to start writing some books, yo. Get me while I'm cheap! Get me while I'm cheap, man! Oh, that is so stupid. Yeah, but it happens that way, right? CT, you got a question? Just throw your question out there, bro. You know how this works. Oh man. Yeah, but I've spent some good money on stuff for real. Um, I would just say what I would say to you is what I would say to you, CT, is this. I would just create a journal. Create a journal. You don't know how you want to package those experiences, and you don't know where those experiences are going to go for you. So just create a daily journal so you can remember things along the way. That daily journal, or just have a book that you write down what you've been doing, meetings you've been going to, things of that nature, solutions that have come up, all that kind of stuff. You do that, it will be helpful for you. So that's the way I do things. I journal it while I'm in the organization, and then I package it to message it later. So that's the way I would do it if I was you. Okay. And then you'll learn how you need to package things in the future. Okay. So that's what I would do. And that's what I have done. Right. Well, here's the deal. I'm glad this is good. I try to give as much information as I can. But what's crazy though. I'll tell you what's crazy. When I always go back, and I'm trying to see if I can find this thing real quick, because if I can find it, I'll show you all. Right, I've shown this, sometimes, right? Let's see, it ain't gonna be there. It's probably gonna be over here. Uh, if I can grab this, I'll show it to you. When I say to you, I've been working on stuff. I'm always working on something. I always have great ideas and dump those great ideas, and then determine how I'm going to use them at some other date. Um, let's see. Like for real. If I take this right here and let me make this smaller, you see what I'm talking about. It's kind of crazy. Let me bring this over here. This right here, let me go and show you this. This right here was just about jobs, right? Only about jobs. Only about jobs. See this? This was only about jobs and careers. This alone was only about jobs and careers, y'all. For real. And so literally, I be thinking and working on things all the time. When I say all the time, I really do mean all the time. For real, for real, for real. So this is something that I just do naturally, and I just can't help it sometimes, right? So I say to you fundamentally, yeah, that stuff is coming for sure, right? That's the reason why creating a coaching program would be easy for me. But it's coming. It's coming. I just gotta do it again. I've done coaching programs before, so this one would be definitely a big difference. I see people paying $6,000 to $10,000 just to pass CSM, PSM, and the Scrum Safe certification. They're paying people $6,000 to $15,000 for that. Like for real. Like I kid you not. Like CSM, PSM, SSM, $10,000 to $15,000. Like that seems unfair to me, right? It really does. But some people just don't know no better, man. Do I sound crazy? Hopefully I don't, because it's true. It's like highway robbery, like literally. I was be like, "What did you do?" So hopefully you got a lot out of it. But that is what it is. You know, people offer you a product, you're willing to pay for it. Just get as much as you can out of it. That's what I would say. Seriously. Okay? So, I'll ask you all, any other questions in your mind before we go and start watching the national game? The national game is on. They are first and goal, third something. I don't know what's going on, but hey, 21-7, Big Ten. Notre Dame should join the dang on conference is what they should do. Like, I'm tired of seeing them float around everywhere. They should be a part of a Congress. They should be a part of the Big Ten. Well, they're not really a Big Ten type school. So, anyway. But since all these little, matter of fact, the SEC will never be the same. Like I will state this today. The SEC will never be the same. So those people who love all those Southern schools, it's over. It's over. They are never going to be the same. They're never going to be the same. A number 7 and AC made it to the national championship. I'm telling you, SEC is over. ACC over too. Like, but for whoever the couple teams they had, it was great. But that's a football thing. We ain't got to discuss that. That's a whole nother debate. But I have a theory on that based on some other information. It's really hard to cheat when everybody's cheating under similar rules. Anyway. All right. Any other questions, y'all? Any other questions about things that's going on with you, that's happening? Yeah. You know, hey, man, Big Ten, baby. Big Ten. Hey, man, hey, here's the deal. Most football teams are made up highly of black folks. That's facts, right? Where's the most black folks centered at in the United States? SEC states. What happened in the past couple years that allowed people to go anywhere they want to go? NIL money. Come on now. It's over, man. It's over. It's over. Everybody can get paid. So that means you could be at some school in Oregon or Wyoming and people be like, hey, you got money? I want to come on over there. Now it's just not just under the table now. So it's a different deal. It's over. It's over. Because all those people from the South, they don't go anywhere else. Watch. This year is a great example. SEC schools was stacked. So, you can't keep stacking if you can't keep paying. And other people are paying too. I saw something where one of them coaches was like, alumni, please, please give. We need to be able to keep up. Yeah, okay. Anyway. Beyond football, life is good. So, yeah. All right, then, y'all. What else is on y'all's minds? Anything else before we close the gateways? Anybody else showed up that want to say hi? say hi in the comments real quick so I can say what's up to you. Happy New Year to you. Hopefully it's been a great New Year so far. We're on our third week in this thing, right? It feels fresh to me still. It still feels fresh, right? I like the freshness of it. This 2025, it fits me pretty well, man. It fits me pretty well. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. Like McDonald's. I'm loving it, right? Denise, what's up? Denise Z, how you doing? How's life treating you? It's treating me good. Hope it's treating you as good as it's treating me. If it is, you're having an amazing time. Hey man, I'll put it to you this way. I'm just happy, but ain't no reason for me to be sad. I'm just looking forward to. I just look forward to everything. Like it's not anything in particular I'm looking forward to. I look forward to everything. Tonight I'm gonna have me some fun. Um, being consistent. That's what I'm gonna have some fun being consistent. I got all my assignments in this week for my PhD program. That's all in for the week. I got 3 more weeks to go before this term is over, and then it is dissertation time. Nose to the grindstone. Get it done in 4 quarters. I'm gonna try to get it done in 3. And hopefully 2026, I'll be walking across the stage with my daughter. She's only getting a lowly bachelor's though. She's getting a lowly black bachelor's and that's it. That is so crazy. But I'm gonna graduate the same year she graduated. So I can say, hey, last time I graduated with your mother in 2003. That's the last time I graduated with master. I graduated with your mother in 2003. Now I'm graduating with my daughter in 2026. That's what I want to say. So I'm gonna push off my graduation if I had to make sure that I graduate 2026. That's what I'm gonna do. That is stupid. It's crazy, ain't it? But that's what I'm gonna do. Oh man, that is hilarious. That is so stupid. Oh no, Denise, my degree is industrial organizational psychology with a specialization in evidence-based coaching. Her degree is going to be in international relations, something, because she speaks Arabic and she's going to be taking a year-long studies overseas in some Middle Eastern country, So she's a different kind of person. She'll be a dang on ambassador one day, working for the government, right? So I'll be Dr. Devon Morris. Check it in. And then I will say to her, hey, don't just call me daddy. Call me Dr. Daddy. Okay? Dr. Daddy is what you got to call me now, young lady. That's what I told my whole family. It's not Mr. Devon anymore. It's Dr. Devon. It is so crazy. Oh, man. Oh, I just, hey, what else can I do, right? So it is what it is. And I'm just, hey, let me tell you something, though. Let me be a little sensitive for a moment here, right? The whole problem is the last one of my brood, she turned 21. And now her dad really has to let go. Like, for real. Like, I really got to let go. Like, I've been working on not calling her every day. I would call her every day. You understand? Every day, whether she answers or not, I call her the next day. I just call her the next day. Just keep calling her the next day. And now, last week, I didn't call her number twice. So this week I'm working on only calling her twice, and mostly not during the weekdays. It's very torturous for me because I'm only on Monday and I miss it already. It is so crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going through it, y'all. I'm really going through it. Pray for me. Just pray for me. Okay? Anyway. This is good. Hence, that's the life of being a parent. You get them, you grow them, and then you kick them out, and then you be like, and then they still try to come back, right? They still try to come back. I got a couple of legacy kids over on the other side of the house that work my nerves still. They just work my nerves. No matter what you do, you're going to work my nerves. You come to ask me a question about tea and crumpets, it's going to work my nerves. Even if I want to talk about it. Anyway. I've talked enough nonsense, y'all. Any final questions here before we roll out? Just know I'll try to make sure that we have a place for you to ask questions once a month. But what I'm going to start doing is releasing videos, just regular cadence videos once or twice a week, just so you can have those videos. And they'll just come out on the channel once or twice a week. I'm going to shoot for 2 to 3 times a week. And there'll be 5 to 10 minute topics, so you know. And then I'll try to keep this going right here because, again, I'm going into dissertation and I can't do this every week. But I know that I can record videos and make time to be able to do that. I just know I can't dedicate every Monday night to doing something because the dissertation is going to kick my behind. At least I'm assuming it's going to kick my behind. I have a good idea what my topic is going to be for the dissertation. I'm working through that right now. And so it's one of those things that I think some of you all would be very interested in seeing that, seeing my topic, right? Because I think some of you all will be like, that's good. I think that's a good thing because what I'm doing is going to really have an impact on people like us in our profession. And if you really was to think about my title, the title of my dissertation, and it's liable to change, is going to be the impact of team coaching on team resilience, learning agility, and team effectiveness. The impact of team coaching on team resilience, learning agility, and team effectiveness. Okay? That's going to be my dissertation topic as I know it right now, or at least that's what I'm kind of exploring. So you all know I'm very interested in resilience. I'm very interested in learning agility. I'm very interested in coaching and team effectiveness and trying to combine all those things to just come out with something magical is what I'm doing, right? So it should be interesting. Is that a crazy topic, y'all? You think I'm crazy for that? It's gonna be interesting, right? It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting at minimum. It's gonna be interesting. Absolutely love it though. Okay, y'all. Any other questions? Any final questions before we kind of shut it down for the day? Because it is over 45 minutes after. And we kind of rocking here. We got a few people that came in, blessed me with their presence. I love being blessed with your presence. I feel very fortunate that I can spend a little bit of time on MLK Day. Martin Luther King, I love the guy. I grew up. If you black in America and you had grandparents that you hung out with, every older person back in the day for me, they had a picture of Jesus and Dr. Martin Luther King in their house on the wall. It'd be white Jesus and Dr. Martin Luther King in the house on the wall. So much so that my aunt was about to fight us about us putting Dr. Martin Luther King on her wall in her house. I had to make sure I found a specific wall to make sure Dr. Martin Luther King went up. She don't have Jesus on the wall, but she got Dr. Martin Luther King on the wall. And every older person I ever went to, when I was a shorty, they had Jesus and Dr. Martin Luther King on their wall. Calendar or something. Something. Like I would say that was 80% of the households that I walked into, even in the hood. Like, you pick it. Dr. Martin Luther King and Jesus. If I didn't see both of them over 50% of the time, one of them two was on the wall. Minimum across. Minimum across, right? So some of y'all, that's y'all experience too. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure out this thing called life. Anyway. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to call it quits then. Y'all make sure you have an amazing week and look out for those videos that will be coming 2 to 3 times a week. We'll have a video going out for us in this community, talking about various topics. I'll be asking you all, hey, are these good? Well, we'll see whether you take views on. Just make sure you watch them all the way through. I'll send people here. You'll have more content coming out soon. But other than that, y'all, it has been a pleasure. You have questions, reach out to me. But no, what I'm moving to now is the new company called 8 Typical Leader and Team Effectiveness. That will be the company you'll see hanging around here from time to time. Other than that, it has been a pleasure to spend some time with y'all. I will see y'all in a month. Okay, so we can do this live thing again, and we'll keep doing the live thing, but just once a month, and then you'll start seeing some videos. Other than that, y'all, make sure you enjoy the rest of this month, going into next month. Be as productive as you can, get things done, have an amazing 2025. I look forward to hearing about your journeys and working with you through some of this stuff. Y'all have a good one. Peace, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye-bye.